Hey, if you want to discover the key to making more money with your email marketing in 2024 and beyond, stick around and watch today's video through until the very end, as I'm about to share with you the few critical adjustments we've made with our email marketing to get more opens, to get more clicks, to get more sales, and at the end of the day, make a whole lot more money. Now, if this is your first video, my name is Misha Wilson, and over the course of the last few years, I've now generated many millions of leads in my own personal business, done nearly $40 million in total sales, and have done a ton of email marketing along the way. And in today's video, I'm gonna share with you the adjustments we're making right now in real time to get maximum engagement, and at the end of the day, make maximum money. As always, if you get value, don't forget to let me know in the comments section below what your biggest takeaway is from this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell icon notification button. And with that said, let's go ahead and dive right in.
Welcome to the Misha Wilson Show, where we show you how to create massive success online so you can enjoy the lifestyle of your wildest dreams.
All right, so what I want to talk about here today are a few critical adjustments that we've made recently in our overall email marketing that has allowed us to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to all the different email service provider adjustments, and essentially that which have allowed us to see the inbox more, get more opens, get more clicks, and actually have a more responsive list than ever before. All right, and contrary to what a lot of people are seeing, which is less opens, less clicks, less sales, and essentially less engagement with their email marketing. For context, a few years ago, if you'd have told us we were getting the results we're getting right now, a few years ago, we were mailing our list and we were getting about a 10% open rate and about a 10% click-through rate of the opens. Now we're getting a 40% open rate to a 50% open rate and a 10% click-through rate of the open. So if you would have told me back then that we were getting the results now, I would have been absolutely thrilled. And that was before all the various rules that were put in place when it comes to all the new email service provider updates. So what are we doing differently now compared to what we used to do that's getting us far greater results and ultimately making our list even more responsive? All right, really it all comes down to one single word, that word being engagement. All right, now this has always been important. I've always talked about this to my students, I've always preached this, I've always shared this principle, but it is now more important than literally ever before. And so you have to understand that when you send an email out from Aweber, from GetResponse, from whatever autoresponder service you're using, when you have low engagement, when you have low opens, when you have low clicks, what you look like is you look like a marketer. And all of the various email service providers are not optimizing their services for marketers. Gmail is not trying to make their product the best for marketers. All the different service providers are trying to make their product the best for the end user, the end consumer, which is the person usually that is sending an email to their mom or to their dad, getting a reply, and ultimately having engagement go back and forth. And so knowing that principle and understanding that principle, what you then have to do is you have to reverse engineer and think, all right, how can I have the greatest likelihood of looking like that personal relationship when you mail your dad, when you mail your mom, etc. And how can I kind of mimic that with my overall email marketing? And so what we've done in order to do that is firstly, we focus on just mailing the people that are engaged. All right. So we used to mail people who opened in the last 90 days, right? So if we've been mailing people for the last year, we would segment our list and we would only mail the people who have opened in the last 90 days. Now that was fine back then and it worked back then, but what we saw recently is when we continued that trend, our open rate started to get lower and lower and lower and lower over the course of a period of time. So what we did is on a daily basis, when I'm mailing the list, when I'm mailing content, videos just like this, podcasts, just written letters, whatever it might be, what we're doing is we are only mailing the people who have opened in the last 30 days. And what that did is that brought our open rate from, of course, around 10% all the way to around 40 to 50% on average, sometimes as high as 60%. All right, now I know you're thinking in the back of your head, yeah, but you're mailing less people. So why is it overall beneficial? What we found is that when we mail just the people who have opened in the last 30 days, because we have a higher open rate, because we inbox more effectively, because we're more engaged with our audience, all of the new leads that come on our list get the messages sent to their inbox, meaning that every single new lead that comes on the list, a larger and larger and larger percentage become part of that, segment that is the people who have opened in the last 30 days. All right, I hope that makes sense, but very simply, because we're just mailing the engaged people, we are hitting the inbox more often. So the new leads that come on the list, they're seeing our messages in the inbox. Because they're seeing our message in the inbox, they're opening our message, they're becoming an engaged lead, and that segment is growing more faster than it ever has. Now, what I'll also say is when we do special promotions, let's say we're doing a webinar promotion or we're doing a special sales promotion, an internal sales promotion, we will still mail a larger segment. So we'll mail, last 60 days, last 90 days, etc. And when we do, we will ultimately get a higher open rate than we did before, mailing once again that segment every time. So when we used to mail, everyone who had opened in the last 90 days every single day, we would get about 10% every single day. Now we're getting 40 to 50% mailing the people who have opened the last 30 days. And then when we mail that bigger, broader segment, we're seeing about a 20 to 25% open rate mailing that broader segment. All right, so that's the first thing that we do in order to go ahead and get engagement up. The second thing we do is that we have a very regimented routine where we have certain emails that are just designed in order to go ahead and get engagement. All right, so we have emails that ask multiple choice questions that go out on autopilot that are just designed to get a reply, which is of course an engagement. All right, we have emails that are just designed to get someone to click through to fill out a survey, and when they click, that's an engagement, that are not selling anything to them. We have emails that are just designed to send content like this, which is just essentially starting to build a relationship with the audience, but even more importantly in today's world, starting to build a relationship in a weird kind of way with the email service provider's algorithm. All right, because we know if we can get on the good side of those email service providers' algorithms, we can then get more and more people opening. When we get more and more people opening, that segment of people who have opened in the last 30 days gets greater and greater and greater over the course of a period of time. And ultimately, whether we make sales or not with those few emails that we're sending in a very specific way, just designed to get engagement, it will mean more sales long term because again, we have a more engaged list. All right, so firstly, we are mailing just the openers in the last 30 days. Secondly, we are focusing on having specific emails that are just designed in order to nurture leads, to just get engagement, not make any sales. And last but certainly not least, we are very focused on domain reputation. All right, so maybe I'll do a different video, outside the context of this video, but there are certain tools that will tell you what your reputation is with your domain that you're going ahead and mailing, right? So if you're mailing to a sales page or to a YouTube video or to whatever it might be, and you're mailing that domain to your list, if that domain has a bad reputation, chances are you're gonna hit the spam folder. When you hit the spam folder, it's gonna be really hard to get out of the spam folder moving forward. And so now what we do is we actually have redirect links built, or custom links built, I should say, where every single time we send out to a specific offer, every single time when we send out to a specific page, every single time when we send out to a specific video, instead of sending directly to that page, directly to that video, directly to that offer, etc., maybe it's an affiliate offer, someone else's video, someone else's webinar, etc., what we're doing is we are sending them through a redirect link that goes to a URL that has a good reputation, that we've built the good reputation on, and then we make sure that we only mail the links that we know have a good reputation over the course of a period of time, which again, because we're mailing links with good reputation, because we have high engagement, because people are replying, because we're mailing the people that are just opening the majority of the time, we have sky high open rates, sky high click-through rates, sky high engagement. We have people replying. We don't have any negative history when it comes to bad domains. All of these things show the email service providers that we are less like the spammy marketers and more like the people who actually, want to use email the way that email was designed to be, created for. And as a result, we are favored by the email service providers. So with that said, I hope you got a ton of value out of this video. If you don't remember anything else, remember this, all right? The main thing to optimize for in 2024 and beyond, very simply, is engagement. Keep your email open rate high. Mail the people who are engaged. Make sure that you're focusing on mailing good, high quality content that gets people to engage. And then make sure to look out for, again, mailing the wrong domains that do not have a good reputation with the email service providers. Make sure you execute on those activities and avoid those mistakes. See your open rates higher, your click-through rates higher, and with it, your sales that much higher as well. And as a result, make a whole lot more money. If you got value out of today's video, please let me know in the comment section below what your biggest takeaway was. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell icon notification button so that you get notified when I do more videos just like this. And until next time, over and out.